In today's highly competitive world, hustle culture has become the norm. On paper, hustle culture seems good and all, but in practice, it can be quite dangerous. This video will go over what hustle culture is and my thoughts on whether it is a good thing or not. I hope this video will spark some discussions on hustle culture, so be sure to leave a comment with your thoughts on the matter. So what is hustle culture anyway? Hustle culture is all about constantly working. Those who believe in hustle culture try to devote as many hours as possible to working or hustling. Work is meant to be done everywhere, not just the office, since we have the tools to work anywhere we want. Hustle culture is a lifestyle, and it's celebrated by a lot of people, including companies. One of the most famous advocates for hustle culture is Elon Musk. Everyone knows how many hours he puts in working each week, and he believes that people who want to make a difference in the world need to work more. There are way easier places to work, but nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week. The reason why people believe in hustle culture and grind like crazy is because it usually results in climbing the corporate ladder faster, or getting the results you want faster in your business. Studies have shown that more working time has a positive correlation with higher corporate position. That sounds good and all, but the study also showed that their mental health and sleep quality got worse. Although following hustle culture might get you the results you want, here's why I think it isn't as good as it seems. First off, hustle culture is not as productive as it seems. In theory, working for lots of hours might seem like it will get you a lot of results, but in reality, things are different. Hustle culture focuses on quantity over quality, and it promotes getting as many things done as possible instead of focusing on the quality of the work. I always believed in working smarter rather than harder, and that focusing on the quality of your work will yield better results than just putting in hours non-stop. There's also this thing called the law of the diminishing returns that shows why working more isn't always the answer. The law of diminishing returns states that at some point, the benefits gained is less than the amount of energy invested. At some point, working more won't help you get the results you want. Also, as mentioned before, studies have shown that working too much hurts your mental health. So if you keep working with that kind of mental health, the quality of the work you output is going to be terrible. I strongly believe that you are better off working smarter rather than harder. Second, hustle culture hurts your physical health as well. When you spend all that time working, you won't have that much time to exercise. A lack of physical activity can lead to many major health conditions, which will make you unable to continue working. Worst case scenario, working too much can lead to death. If you don't think overworking is that bad, then you should look at Japan. People in Japan work like crazy, and some of them overwork themselves to death. Other people have even killed themselves due to the stress of working too many hours. Working is good, and you need to put in work, but don't overdo it and take care of yourself. Third, hustle culture doesn't allow you freedom to think about other things. Hustle culture makes you obsess over work like crazy. When you're grinding like crazy, your only focus is on work. You start to neglect other things like spending time with friends and family, or spending time on your hobbies. Everyone knows that if you enjoy your work, then it isn't really work, but when you spend way too much time on something, then it starts becoming less and less fun. Since you don't have the freedom to think about other things, your only focus is on work, which might start feeling like a drag. When you're in that position, life just doesn't seem fun anymore. The key to living a good life, in my opinion, is a good work-life balance, but when you're on the hustle culture grind, then there is no work-life balance. Life is all about work when you're living the hustle culture lifestyle, and based on my experience, it isn't fun or fulfilling. You need some time in your life for other things that are important besides work. Finally, hustle culture kills creative work. Constant work creates a dull and monotonous environment. There's no way you can come up with any creative ideas or breakthrough ideas in that kind of environment. You might say your work doesn't require creativity, but that simply isn't true. Whenever some problem comes up, you have to solve it and deal with the issue. Your approach to solve that problem stems from your creativity. If your mind is in good condition, you can come up with a good effective solution. But if you're not in the best condition, you might come up with a terrible solution that might make things even worse. Creativity drives development and growth, and you need to have time off so your creative juices can get flowing. Like I said before, this video is meant to spark discussion. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't work hard. In fact, you need to work hard to get the results you want. You're not going to get a promotion by doing nothing. Hustling is important, but taking care of yourself is even more important. If you don't take care of yourself, you won't even have the opportunity to hustle and grind, so what's the point? If you enjoyed this video and want more content on productivity, check out the video about productivity tips shown on the end screen below.